Mercedes seems to have found a better operating window for the W15, and at the upcoming GP at Montreal, they are likely to showcase a much better performance. Following their early season performance slump, recent upgrades at Miami and Imola has improved the W15's competitiveness, and the team has upgrades scheduled for Canada which could push the W15 a little closer to the top 3 teams. But with the Montreal circuit presenting unique demands with its long straights and low-speed corner combinations, can these upgrades neutralize their biggest weakness throughout the racing weekend? It goes without saying that since the first outings of the 2024 season, all we have been talking about are problems associated with the Mercedes W15. The instability of the rear axle, which apparently was not fixed as Allison proclaimed, the problems of engine overheating in Bahrain, the lack of data correlation with the wind tunnel, and load points not found on the track are some of those problems. Problems that have overshadowed progress the team has actually made. But since updates started to arrive in packages at Miami, Imola and Monaco, the W15 has started to deliver decent results. While a P5 and P7 finish at the Principality does not exactly reflect progress, it is the behaviour of the car around the tight streets of Monte Carlo that shines the gains made. And the W15 seemed well balanced with the downforce chosen and did not suffer any particular problems. These upgrades Mercedes has introduced to its floor and front wing definitely has improved the W15. Part Allison defined useful for improving the balance of the W15 by changing it, as in improving the car's base rather than focusing on outright performance gains. Yet one thing is crystal clear for Mercedes after analysing data from Imola and Monaco: the fact that the W15 still has to overcome one of its key weaknesses: adaptability over a wide range of curves. During the last few races, the Silver Arrows has taken a step forward in terms of the balance of the car, the main problem that limited results on the track. But the real headache of the W15 problem is neither the high speed nor the slow corners. The main complication comes from tracks where the layout includes both types of curves. In Imola, a track which has medium and long slow speed corners combined, the W15 had a significant delta to the leading pack. But in Monte Carlo, where the leans are exclusively at low speed, it was easier to focus on the setup of the car favouring mechanical grip, hence masking one of the W15's key weaknesses. To work on this problem primarily, the Silver Arrows are set to introduce upgrades to the W15 at the upcoming Canadian Grand Prix, a track itself which presents a unique set of demands. Montreal will be the race at which Mercedes will be focusing on introducing its first performance update, as the preceding update package was focused on purely stabilising the W15's overall balance. The Silver Arrows will be working on introducing a new diffuser specification, alongside making modifications to the car's rear suspension to rework the aerodynamic activity. The team are working on this direction as they believe improving the W15's rear end will be key to improving the car's performance in a variety of curves. Mercedes started to work on this with their front wing upgrade at Monaco, which only George Russell was equipped with due to part shortages. This new front wing marks a step backwards Mercedes has taken, but that according to the team is the right development direction to follow. According to Formula Uno, Mercedes had found out that their innovative front wing with the legality wire was part of a bigger issue within the W15, as the front wing produced more downforce than the tunnel and CFD had indicated, with obvious repercussions in terms of highly unstable rear balance was witnessed. Hence, the new Monaco specification was developed based on the W14 Silverstone front wing design, which the team now believes does correlate well and shifts the car's balance more towards the rear. To build up on the gains provided by this new front wing, Mercedes will introduce a new diffuser specification, revising the roof profiling to increase the load generated around the car's rear. To work efficiently with the revised diffuser specification, Mercedes will introduce tweaks to the car's rear suspension, a revision aimed at 1. To improve the car's aerodynamic efficiency, while better optimizing the improved rear load generation to improve tyre performance in terms of degradation. These upgrades are confirmed to be part of a large upgrade package which is scheduled to be completed at Silverstone, so do expect new parts to arrive at every race weekend from here onwards from Mercedes. According to Formula Uno, Mercedes will be introducing new parts to every race until Silverstone, as the Silver Arrows have lagged behind Ferrari, McLaren and Red Bull in the developments field. committed to understanding the characteristics and the ills of the W15 for the first quarter of the season. While Mercedes was understanding and curing the W15 of its problems with updates up until Imola, rival teams have moved forward with performance upgrades, an advantage which Mercedes are looking to claw back up with constant upgrades lined up until the British Grand Prix. Toto Wolff recently commented on this matter, as the team principal first revealed the current status of the W15, adding, "The base of the W15 is more conventional, in order to give more freedom in development to our aerodynamicists. It's conventional in the chassis, but also in the way we want to achieve downforce and aerodynamic efficiency." The Austrian extended his comments on his team's work back at the factories to improve the W15 in terms of performance, providing insight into the development plan that has been laid out. The small step forward made at Imola was encouraging. We are still one step behind the top 3 teams, and there is still a lot of work to be done. However, we have a clear direction and developments in the pipeline. What we're seeing are progressive improvements, not a miracle update which will help us bring the car into a better balanced window, which will consequently improve performance. One big positive the team are currently witnessing are a clear advantage the W15 has over its rivals gained following the upgrade at Imola. James Allison was the one to point this out, as the technical director revealed that the W15 during Imola's Friday practice behaved very well on a green track which was under heavy winds, while rival teams including Red Bull struggled to get a grasp on it. Wind sensitivity has been a big problem for F1 teams in recent years, but Mercedes seems to have implemented a package which is less prone to the heavy gusts of winds, vastly improving the car's stability. Moving on to the team's Montreal prospects, Mercedes expects to showcase another decent performance in Canada. The team still believes it will be a step behind the leaders, but updates should help them close that gap to the front, which will probably give them chances at putting pressure to the front runners. Talking about the team's chances at Canada, Trackside Engineering Director Andrew Chauvelin in the team's latest debrief video added, "The track has been completely resurfaced. Probably we are going to see similar issues with the graining that we had in Monaco. Corner speeds just like Monaco has a lot of slow speed corners, and it is encouraging that we had decent pace through the corners in Monaco. The difference in Montreal is now you got big long straights. You don't run a maximum downforce wing, you'll drop a bit of drag to get down those straights a bit quicker. But the main thing is, if we've got decent pace in the corners, hopefully we can keep building this momentum and try and improve on the recent qualifying race positions. It remains to be seen exactly how well this upgrade package does perform at Montreal, but the objective is clear for Mercedes. Take the first step to leapfrog ahead of their customer teams in the pecking order and hopefully close down the gap to Ferrari, McLaren and Red Bull. But what do you guys think? Can Mercedes make the W15 better with the revised diffuser and rear suspension at the upcoming Canadian Grand Prix? We are very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section down below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads to keep yourselves up to date about the 2024 Formula 1 season.